Hello, viewers. Welcome to Jaipur Dialogue USA. And as always, I request please support, like, share, and subscribe to our channel and give your feedback. We learn from you. Today, I'm going to talk about word play, the use of a word, how it impacts in the communication of the message. So, Mr. Trump, addressing a crowd in Ohio, talked about the economic mismanagement that was going on in the country, according to him, of course. And he referred to the fact that if he's not elected, there would be a bloodbath. Now, the bloodbath word was picked up by the mainstream media, and Mr. Trump was trashed that he is encouraging a bloodbath in the country, given the ugly scenario of the January 6th event that happened, in which he has been accused of insurrection. So the Biden Harris team issued a joint statement that look, here is a guy who is again encouraging a bloodbath, an insurgency, or something like that. But that's what is important, how the message gets mistranslated. This is the election season, free for all. And what happens is that one has to be very careful in using the word. Now, what is indeed very correct, I also heard that speech and I heard the snippets of that he was talking about the rate at which the US economy was losing its grip on the social and economic fabric of the country. What we all know, that all the sanctuary states are reeling under the impact of illegal migration. Now, illegal immigration or migration that is happening in this country, that is also going through a wordplay, right? The Democrats are apologizing for an illegal immigrant killing a young lady of 20 years of age. Because President Biden called that man illegal, so the entire Democratic Party went after him, leading to him apologizing for the use of word illegal instead of undocumented. And in the recent word play, the Democrats are also calling these people as newcomers. So you look at it this way, the English language, the way the word play happens. So Mr. Trump was talking about the bloodbath in the economic sense. And he is not far from truth in that matter. What is important is that we living in America, we know that the entire economic scenario in India, in the United States, is reeling under the impact of inflation. The numbers are played. The truth, we do not know, because a lot of middle class people are having a real tough time managing their budgets. Everybody is virtually living paycheck to paycheck. And as the saying goes here, the $1 trillion credit card debt is hurting the people big time. 70% of the people are not able to meet the minimum requirement paid for the credit card. So you remember one thing, credit card interest rates in the US average is 23% average. And I know credit card companies are charging 30%. They are worse than what Shakespeare called the Shylock of its times. The institutional money lenders are become hard money lenders, taking and exploiting the plight of the people. That's what is important here. Even many people who have senior citizens are working double shift jobs. Their retirement is out of the window. They are working in gas stations and other places to meet their budgetary needs. Now think about it. In terms of pure price inflation, the United States gas prices are up by 25%. Food prices are up by 25%. Everything is up, and up. So people are having a tough time. Whatever was known as a Bidenflation and shrinkflation is true, because people are now selling items, reducing the size but charging the same money. Even Biden referred to that in his State of the Union speech, in which he admonished, people selling chips and crackers or chocolates into smaller sizes just to meet the price increase call the entire thing being, manipulated in a manner. In addition, every single state, about 8 million to 10 million people are in this country illegally. They have walked through the border. The governments are spending through their nose to manage the influx of immigrants that are coming to this country. The problem is that who is paying for it? In California, they have installed a practice of people paying the price of electricity according to their income, not according to the usage. In California, for example, an immigrant tax was imposed on restaurant bills, health to pay the health care costs that are incurring on them. In New York, billions of dollars, even the New York mayor is crying foul that federal government is not doing its duty and New York City is in a big mess, rest of the state being what it is. So here is a very important scenario that New York governor has brought in national guards to manage people in the subways. You may have seen the video that how uh, the baggage checked of the traveler in the train. There was a fight and gunfight happened, and people were shot. These people were refusing to let their bags checked. You are looking at a real social upheaval in America, and that is driving the people totally crazy. You are seeing the pictures, and I'm not making it up. You are seeing the pictures of people robbing stores, looting stores, walking away with valuables and priceless items from phone stores or an Apple store. When you saw the guy came in and stole the phones, when you impose a criterion that up to $900 you will not be charged, what happens? People virtually have a license to steal. And that is causing a major problem. One of the other elements which is happening in this country right now, because of these thefts and stealing from the mainstream shops, the insurance rates are going up like crazy. Even common people are lamenting and crying that my car price has insurance has gone up from $100 to $200. People are saying that everything prices have gone up. So there is a scenario, the economic challenge that this country is facing, and that's what Mr. Trump was referring to when he talked about the economic bloodbath. He did not use the word economic, but he said there will be a bloodbath. He was referring to in the context of the economy. Maybe, as the saying goes, looking back, looking forward, if he had used instead of bloodbath, if he had used the word catastrophe, maybe that would have been much more relevant and much more less inciting the people. But because he must know, I believe in responsibility and accountability factor. Mr. Trump has to be careful in the words that he uses, knowing fully well that the media and the opposition will play with every single word that he uses, particularly since there are 4 cases pending against him, ongoing cases against him in states like New York and Washington, D.C., where the jury is not going to favor him. So, but then his words become a wordplay. So, my advice to Mr. Trump would be that although you cannot probably attend to every word you use, but you have to be careful. And actually, in one of my shows, I had advised Mr. Trump that spend some time in learning from the Modi School of Political Economy how Mr. Modi has handled the opposition. Both these prominent democracies are going for election in 2024. Words will matter. Like Rahul Gandhi making a statement, he will fight Shakti. The guy didn't even know the meaning and importance of the word Shakti in Hindu philosophy in a country like India, where Nari Shakti is known as the eternal element of our social and religious life. Shakti, Saraswati, Lakshmi, Durga, Kali, these all epitomize a form of Shakti. That's what is important to remember. Rahul Gandhi talked about Shakti. He will fight Shakti, right? He was referring to EVM. But the stupid person didn't know, and I dare say that it is something like he is a Nakli Janeudhari, Nakli Nehru, Nakli Gandhi, Nehru perhaps, but Nakli Gandhi, and he uses the word deliberately. So the question here is, was Mr. Trump using the bloodbath in its political sense, or was he referring to the economic sense? And I think it was in reference to the context of economic crisis that this country is facing, including the fact that this country has become so debt ridden that interest payments alone will go up to $1 trillion. Forget about the $34 trillion debt that is there. Mismanagement of economy, mismanaging the social cycle of the country, you are incurring costs that somebody has to pay, and those are people like you and I, ordinary folks like us, because we don't see those taxes being imposed on us directly. So, my friends, this is two-way scenario. This is going to be a very fascinating war of words and war of ideology and war of thematic impressions. And that is very important for every political party to know. So, Mr. Biden, Mr. Trump, please use your words carefully and let the media not play it out in the manner that they jump onto it, because this is an era of technology driven messaging. Thanks to Elon Musk taking over Twitter and calling it X now, it is very important to bear in mind we would not be knowing so many things. Tucker Carlson interview with Putin wouldn't have happened. So the question here is, we the question here is very important. Use of words. Words matter, words impact, and words change minds. So, therefore, it is very important for media to play its role. TikTok, for example, just one quick minute on TikTok. TikTok has 170 million subscribers. If you have seen the movie Kingsman: The Secret Service, in that there is a villain in the movie who gives away free app of communication to all the subscribers, but he uses the free app to manipulate people's minds. And that's what TikTok did in the recent scenario when the US legislature, the Congress, the House of Representatives passed the bill. It is pending in Senate right now, in which they said that either TikTok is handed over to American ownership or be banned. TikTok issued a farman kind of a thing to its subscriber to protest against that. And there were protests galore. Congressmen, their phones were packed with messages not to ban. People were threatening to commit suicide. That's a classic example how TikTok was manipulating the minds of people. And that's what is important here. We are living in a world where the tectonic shift brought by technology is changed the entire process, the way we communicate. You have a chance to correct the situation, but the baby step is try to be careful about what words you use. Thank you very much for watching, and please like, subscribe, and support our channel, and be careful about what you say, because what you say matters. Satyamev Jayate. Thank you.